Today, I'm going to see if I can beat Pokemon Scarlet using only traded Pokemon. In Pokemon Scarlet, there is a surprise trade feature wherein you can trade with strangers online. The catch is that you don't know what you will be receiving. To start off this video, we have to first choose a starter, and I chose the fire starter, Fuecoco, and I nicknamed it Juan. And with that, our game begins. We first battle our rival, which chose the grass starter, making it our advantage. A couple of embers should do the trick. After defeating Nemona, we then proceed to catch our other 5 Pokemons to start our trade. A little reminder though, our starter will not be included in the trade. I then first catch a Lechonk, and then followed by a Tarantula, and then a Hoppip, which I then later on replaced with a Yongus. We then catch a Fletchling, and lastly, a Scatterbug. After having our 5 other Pokemon, we now begin the trade. But first, we must arrive to the next city, which is Los Kratos. Once arrived at Los Kratos, I began to place all 5 Pokemon in the box to begin the trade. First off is Scatterbug, trading it. Let's see what we get. And we get a Fletchling. Next up is our Yongus for a Froakie, which is kinda nice. Next is my Fletchling for a Palmy. And we have our Lechonk for a Spoink. So a pig for a pig. And lastly, my Tarantula for a Frapple. After completing the trade, this will then be my final team. We got my Fire Starter, a level 7 Fletchling, level 20 Spoink, level 1 Froakie, level 1 Frapple, and a level 8 Palmy. I then battled Nemona once more, just outside the gate, where my Juan was able to defeat Sprigatito, but got defeated because of her Terra Palmy. Luckily, my Palmy was able to finish her off. After that, then our treasure hunt begins, where I proceed to head to the first gym, which is the bug type in Cortondo City. But before that, I realized I have to train my Pokemon because currently I have 2 level 1 Pokemon and 1 level 20, which will not be able to obey me for now.
Before we proceed further on the video, make sure to hit that like button.
After some grinding, I was able to level up my Pokemon and have them learn new moves. I was then prepared to face the gym, but first have to pass the gym test, which was easy enough, making my way through the maze, defeating the first opponent, making my path easier, and facing the last opponent where I was able to score the goal and pass the test. After passing the gym test, I was then proceed to battle the gym leader, where first out was her Nimble, which Frapple was able to defeat in one shot. Then I had my Fletchling go against her Tarantula, and lastly was her Teddiursa, which Juan was able to take care of. After defeating her, I was able to get my first gym badge. After the first gym, I then head to the Stony Cliff Titan, where Arven called me and asked for help. Along the way, my Juan, Froakie, and Fletchling evolved. I continue until I encounter the Stony Titan, where I plan to use Frapple to Leech Seed and then switch her out, but the Titan used Block and thus unable to escape, so I used Frapple to defeat it afterwards. It went to the cave and gained a boost, but with the help of Arven, I was able to defeat it. After defeating the Stony Titan, I then proceed to the second gym, which was nearby. After healing up, I went to do the gym test, where I have to gather all 10 Sunflora across the city. It was a bit easy finding them, as they do not run away, except for one, where I had to chase it and battle it. After I captured all, I then placed them all back in the garden, then passing my gym test. I then battled the gym leader, where my Frapple was able to handle his team, and after that, my Palmy evolved. After defeating the second gym, I then proceed to raid my first team starbase, where I was greeted by Casafia. I defeated the grunt guarding the door, but before proceeding, I realized I was a bit underleveled, thus I trained a bit and came back. I started the challenge, fighting 30 of their Pokemon, and lastly is to fight their leader, Mela. I thought my Frogadier was going to sweep Mela's team until I saw the damage to her Torkoal.
Ooh, that's kind of small.
I was lucky enough to get it confused, but the problem lies with their Star Mobile. It gradually increasing speed and defeating my Pokemon one after another. But luckily, Juan was able to finish the job and King Star base is gone. After that, I then proceed to the next Titan, which is the Sky Titan, where Palmo was able to defeat it twice. After the Sky Titan was over, I then proceed to the second Team Star base, where I had to fight Giacomo, where Juan was able to defeat his Panimorph and Palmo was able to defeat his Star Mobile. After defeating Giacomo, I then proceed to the Earth Titan, where I was way under level. I then proceed to wipe my entire team. After restarting the game, as arrogant as I was, I then challenged it to a rematch, thinking that changing my lineup would defeat it. But sadly, no, it didn't.
Before we proceed further on the video, make sure to hit that like button.
I battled the gym leader first instead, where Nemona wants to challenge me before facing the actual gym. I defeated Nemona, and then Spoink evolved into Grumpy. I then proceed to face the gym leader, where my terrestrialized Palmo defeated two of his Pokemon and managed to paralyze his Crabominable, and my Frapple was able to finish the job. After defeating the gym, I then returned to face the Earth Titan, where this time I was able to keep up with it, and with the help of Arben, who has a higher level than me, we were able to defeat the Titan, and my Palmo evolved. My Frogadier and my Fletchinder was able to evolve before hitting the next gym. After starting the gym test, my Juan evolved while battling a trainer for the clue. After passing the test, I then faced the gym leader. Grapple was able to deliver the finishing Sucker Punch and defeated him. After that, I went to the next gym, where the gym test is to play hide and seek with Director Clavo. After fighting him 3 times, I then faced the gym leader, where Juan was able to defeat her team. After the gym battle, Nemona wants to battle with me and the champion spectating us as well. And once again, Juan was able to defeat her team again. After that, I proceed to head to the Steel Titan, where Juan was cooking it and one-shotted it twice. Next up was the Psychic Gym. I have to match with the emotions for the gym test. After doing that, I then proceed to face Tulip, where my Frapple was able to deliver the last Sucker Punch and defeated her. After that, I went to the last Titan, where my Frapple once again delivered the last Sucker Punch. Next up is the Ice Gym, where I have to skate down a snowy mountain as my gym test. After passing the test, I then proceed to sweep Grusha with Farm. After that, I then proceed to the next gym, where it was nearby. After I went and defeat the moist critical looking guy, I then faced the gym leader in a double battle. Juan was able to defeat her Toxicity, and Frapple was able to defeat her Mimikyu. And with that, all the gym tests and Titans are over. All that's left is the Team Star battles.
Before we proceed further on the video, make sure to hit that like button.
So I head to the nearest Team Star base, which was Ortiga, and Juan was able to defeat his Star Mobile. Next up was Atticus, the Poison type. My Greninja was able to defeat his Star Mobile, and that leaves with 1 base left. All that is left is Eri, the Fighting type, where Juan was able to do the last Flamethrower and defeated her. After all of that, I then proceed to meet up with Arven at Pokopat Lighthouse, where I battled him, and my Palmon was able to defeat his Mabostiff, and thus completing the Path of Legends. Then I went up to meet Clyde, or revealing his true identity was Director Clavel all along, and had to face him in a battle where my biggest struggle is his Quaquaval having terrestrialized and one-shotting my Pokemon while increasing his speed. Luckily, my Frapple saved the day with the final Sucker Punch. Then proceed to battle Cassiopeia, or Penny. Grumpy was able to land the finishing blow and thus concluded the Operation Starfall. All that is left is to face the Elite Four, the champion. Upon entering, the first part is an interview, which I passed. Next up was battling. First up was Rika, which was a bit easy since I was able to defeat her team with only few damage, except for Grumpig and Greninja where they were defeated. Palmot was able to finish off her Clodsire and then proceeding to the next, which was Poppy, a steel type. I terrestrialized one and went full sweep on her because halfway through I realized I didn't buy any potions and I can't restart it as the game auto-saves me after defeating Rika. Luckily, the battle with Poppy was easy thanks to Juan. My team didn't get damaged. After defeating Poppy, next was Larry using Flying type, where I was able to overcome with my Palmon learning a new move, Double Shot, which I used as my last resort against his Flamingo. The last Elite Four was Hassel, the Dragon type, where I used the remaining revives I got. Palmot died to his Noivern even with a double shot. Luckily, Greninja avenged Palmot. Grumpig was able to handle his Dragale. Frapple was terrestrialized and managed to hit a Dragon Rush on his Haxorus. Juan took care of his Frapple, and Frapple once again saved the day with the Sucker Punch, finishing the job. All that is left is to fight Gita, the champion. And thank God my team was healed automatically before facing her. Juan took out her Esparta, Avalon, and King Gambit. Frapple took care of her Veluza, Talonflame took care of her Gogoat, and Greninja was able to defeat her Glimora. And with that, I have now earned the title Champion. After all of that, our final battle with my rival begins, where my Greninja took care of her Lycanroc, Grumpig took care of her Palmot, Juan took care of her Dunsparce, and her
Works.
Talonflame took care of her Gudra, and finished off her Meowscarada. And with that, this concludes the victory road. All that is left in the storyline is to battle with Professor Sada in Area 0. My Talonflame was able to defeat her Slitherwing and damage her Fluttermane before dying. Frapple finished off Fluttermane, Juan took care of her Screamtail and Brunette Bonnet. Grumpig finished off Sandy Shocks, and my terrestrialized Frapple was able to hit a Dragon Rush, thus finishing the game. There you have it, folks. I was able to finish the entire game using only the surprise trade Pokemons that I received. If you guys want more videos like this, let me down in the comment section below. And comment as well on what Pokemon team I should do next. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.